Hello, hello, guys. Hello. We are just waiting for more people to pop in. Welcome to Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez. I'm super excited. Hello, I see Joseph is here. Let's just wait till a couple more people come in. Let me go ahead and pin. Hello, hello. I love it. So welcome, guys. Welcome to Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez. We are talking about what does it take to be a fashion designer. So I'm super excited. So let me get you in. Hello, hello. We are connecting. Hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Come on down.
Oh,
Hello, there you are.
hello. Yeah, sorry, I had to set everything up.
You're fine. So welcome. I'm super excited that you're here today.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I know, and I see some stuff you have behind you, some creations going on.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. So welcome, guys. Welcome to Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez. I'm super excited. We are talking about what does it take to be a fashion designer. And we are here with Mr. Joseph Lago. So excited. It's been a while. So a little bit of a history is we actually met years ago in a fashion show. And so it's been a while since I've known you.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years.
A couple of years.
Too long.
Yeah. Hello, guys. You are sideways now.
Yep. I thought that would work.
I love it. Hi, guys. Thank you for popping in. Good to see you guys. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate the love. I love it. So, yeah, so you have some designs behind you. So you've been super busy.
Not so much since COVID started, but yeah, still pretty busy.
Yeah, yeah. Have you noticed that with COVID, have you been inspired more or how's your creativity been?
Uh, it's been off and on.
Yeah.
For when it first started, and then through a good chunk of it, I really didn't do anything because most of it was I wasn't able to show it since everything was shut down.
Mm.
Then there was like a brief window where everything was looking good, and I was starting to create stuff and starting to get out and do things.
Yeah.
And now the cases are ramping back up. I'm kind of going back inside
Oh.
because just like my wife and everything has had so many people come down with positive test results. So we're like, yep, time to go back in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little scary, definitely, for sure. There's a lot of people I know too that are close. There have been some scares for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like it's hard, especially, some of the creative artists I've talked to, like yourself, it's like they go through these spurts of being super inspired and creative. And then all of a sudden, kind of not having that creativity and kind of being more, caught up of everything that's going on.
Well, everything's going up, but there's just, I guess, maybe as an artist, I guess you can get it too. If you can't show anybody,
Yeah.
you get really creative. You start making stuff. Like I have stuff on my table that I started taking apart, and it's like, well, no one's going to see this, so why should I work on it?
Oh.
And then it'll be like someone's like, oh, let's shoot this, and then I'll do it in a crazy panic because I put it off for so long.
That's true. Yeah. So how to even get into the fashion industry? How did you even start designing?
So, after I got out of the military, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I had a desk job and it was really boring. I liked doing my own thing. I liked being able to kind of set my own schedule, especially having been told what to do every minute.
Yeah.
So we were just watching a fashion show and I was just like, that looks like something that would be fun. I have a mild interest in it. And my wife was like, all right, let's do it. And just went from there.
Wow. So you do all the sketching and then you create all the patterns and then you do all the sewing and just everything?
Yep, I do everything. So
wow.
It's fun. And I say that after everything's done. Like during it, I'm like, this is terrible. Why am I doing this? This is so hard.
Yeah.
But then after, when I see it, I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I love doing it. So it's definitely a battle.
Yeah. A love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
I love it. And it's got to be so rewarding to see all the hard work and all the sweat and tears and all the creativity and, you know, your passion and your love to finally, you know, come forth and to finally, you know, have the vision that you had in your mind be set.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like I said, the end is always the greatest part. The during,
Yeah.
the before, it's like overwhelming because you're like, there's so much to do and I have to do all this stuff. The
Yeah.
middle, you're like, I'm doing this and it doesn't come out exactly how I want it. But then the end, when everybody's, you know, enjoying it, I'm enjoying it really more than anybody else. It's really nice to see.
Yeah.
Like there's like the piece behind me with all the flowers on it and stuff.
Yes.
During the making of it wasn't really, it was fun and I enjoyed it, but there were certain times where I was like, this is so much. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And then after seeing it, seeing everybody's response to it, it was like, okay, it was all worth it in the end.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love the piece. I like see it and I'm like picturing like, you know, dancing in it and like point shoes and like, you know, like just being very dramatic.
It would be really interesting. Unfortunately, like I'll show the whole thing.
Yeah.
The cage part of it, like that part, is actually made of metal.
Wow.
So it's really hard to move in,
Yeah.
but luckily it opens, so you could do a really cool, like you come out in it and then you open it up and dance and then go back inside. It would be kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, that's very cool. Wow. So what sparked you to create that piece?
It was for a fashion show that was up here. It was a design competition. We had to do a superhero and a villain.
Okay.
And I kind of did Poison Ivy as my hero, quote unquote. So I was like, you know, that'd be really cool. I like the character. I thought it would just be something fun to do. So I tried to picture what she would wear or do if she went to the Met Gala. And the whole dress, I mean, it's on the mannequin. I haven't really adjusted it. I moved it around a bunch when we did some home renovations and I had to put it back. But her headpiece actually wraps around the arm and goes into like the edge of her hand, so it looks like the whole thing is growing from her. So
I love that. That's so cool.
It's my favorite one so far, which is why it's up. All the rest of them usually get stored away.
I was going to ask you what your favorite piece that you've created is, and it's gorgeous.
So far, it's this one. As far as you know, I guess the avant-garde kind of crazy, not practical things. This is the one.
Yeah, especially being of, you know, how heavy it is. I can imagine.
It's pretty heavy. I've had one model, I did a photo shoot with it, and the model's like, yeah, this would definitely be tough to do on a runway. Doing the photo shoot was a little easier because I could take it apart, put it around her, and then she could pose. But it's not easy to walk in.
How many hours did you spend on it?
Oh, man. I think I calculated it out to be close to 36 or so hours. Because the shirt was the easiest part to make. It doesn't look like it because of the camera, but it actually has this like mossy kind of burnt velvet on it. So that was the easiest part to make. The cage itself was tough because I had to weld it together, which actually Holly's dad did a lot of the welding because I haven't welded in a long time. So, but welding it, I had to put tape over it to make sure that it wasn't rough. Then I had to glue all of the flowers and the vines and everything. Then the headpiece. It was a long process. Yeah,
it's a gorgeous process, though. I love how you were so patient with it and took your time with it. And, you know.
It was one of the ones that I actually really, from start to finish, I really just enjoyed it. I mean, even getting in there, it wasn't like, oh, man, I have to put all this stuff on. It was just like, oh, I'm going to put all this stuff on. Yeah. And a lot of time with the hot glue gun. Yeah. But I really enjoyed putting it together.
Nice. Yeah, that's so cool. And it's like, you know, what tip would you give someone who is in fashion and who is starting to, you know, design and create a piece, how to keep pushing through when they're having that moment of, oh my God, like, is this going to ever get to where I needed to get? And how do I finish this?
That's an excellent question. I think really having a good support system is really key, because I know, like, my wife will support me, especially when I'm having a lot of trouble, like, trying to figure out how to push through and, like, get onto it. She'll let me talk and vent my ideas out and kind of be like, well, you know, maybe that won't work. So sometimes it is easier, if you're not really enjoying a piece, to just not do it, to just either put it aside and come back to it later, or just say, you know what, it was a good idea at the time, it's not working out. I'm not having fun. So I'm going to stop doing it. And I've done that with a couple of pieces. There was a couple of pieces that were really cool design. I really enjoyed it. Then getting into the process, and it started to be where I didn't look forward to it.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was, just like, hey, I can come back to it.
Yeah.
If my skill level goes up, if I get more, knowledge and practice, I can come back to it. If not, that's fine too.
Yeah, that's true. I could see that, being a dancer, there will be stuff that I do and then I won't like it and I'm just not feeling the vibe of it. I will completely start over or go back to it and try to look at it, when I'm not as tired, when I'm not as stressed, when I'm in a different mind frame.
Yeah, and that's a lot of it too, is definitely have to be in the right headspace to look at some of it. Because sometimes it just gets so overwhelming and it's just like, oh, I don't like any of it now. But then when you come back later, like, okay, I like this.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So how many pieces have you designed?
I've done about 4 straight collections, about 12 to 15 per collection. I've done 3 of those. And then I've done a handful, maybe 6 or 7, just one-off pieces or photo shoot themed ideas.
Right.
So I've done a lot of those.
Wow. What's your inspiration?
It depends on what it is. Like one year I was really inspired by the James Bond women, so I kind of did a line that was all very James Bond
Very cool.
inspired. Like I said, the superhero villain one, that inspired. I did a Poison Ivy, I did a Tron, which the jacket for part of that is behind me. I'm going back and redoing it so I can shoot it.
Nice.
But, Tron was inspiration, so I looked at the lights and how to put that in the clothing.
Wow.
One year was 50s. I really had a 50s thing going. So really, it just depends on kind of what. I'm like, hey, I want to make a collection. The new one is, it's going to be late 80s, early 90s, like where it was kind of that mix of where it was going from the crazy, shoulders and all the kind of weird designs to the 90s, was kind of toning it down and kind of that mix right in there is probably what I'm trying to go for.
Wow, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see. And we still have to shoot. We've talked about shooting together, and I still have to dance in something of yours.
Yeah, it's every year. Every year we're like, oh, we're going to do it. This is the year.
Okay, so 2021, this is the year. It is being held on camera, on live. This is going to happen.
Listen, COVID's the biggest problem because it's just, it's put everybody back. Like I've had stuff with Adela that we've wanted to do, and it's just like, it's not a good time.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenging time, for
sure.
Plus,
I'm also figuring out, especially when we first met to now, I've gotten a lot better with how things work and draping and being able to put you in something that's going to move so that when you dance in it, you can actually get a full movement and you're comfortable. You don't feel constricted, or you're like, oh man, I can't dance in this because it's gonna
let me be free. Let me be free. I love it so much.
That, and once we come up with a theme.
Yes. So it's a date. We're doing it. You guys heard it here. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Hello. Yeah, so I love all your creations, and I love how you're sticking with fashion, and I love how that you're, just creating so much cool, unique stuff. Did you learn all of this stuff just organically and like self-taught yourself how to do it all?
A lot of it was self-taught. A lot of it was when I went to school. I went to school for the business side of fashion because I figured, wanting to run my own brand and run my own business, I didn't want to just make that up. I wanted to have some knowledge. While there, I met a few teachers. I interned under another designer, and they helped a lot with, what to do, how to kind of do things. But for the most part, it's just been me going, hey, I want to make this, and then figuring out as I go along. So
yeah, that's so cool. That's so exciting. So much respect. And I love that's such a good tip that you gave, for people too, that they can go ahead and, find someone to mentor them, find someone who they look up to, go to school and then, explore stuff on your own.
And there's a lot of, I mean, you watch the fashion shows and you watch all these things on it, and you think the fashion world is really catty. And there's a little bit of that. I mean, I think when you have a lot of creativity and egos, it tends to clash. Yeah. But really, it's a supportive community. I mean, there's a lot of people who had offered help, offered advice. So it hasn't been, oh, no, you're a designer, you're my competition. It's been, well, let me, help you out and be successful.
Yeah. And I think that's huge. That's so important. We need that in not just fashion and with designers, but in the arts and, musicians, dancers. We all really need to share the support and help each other shine. And then we shine more bright when we help support each other and bring the community up.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I like that. I've met a lot of people in Jacksonville who've been nice. It's been fun to work with. We've had a lot of laughs and jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's been fun. I mean, there's definitely been some crazy drama stuff, but I think with any profession, you're going to have that. So
yeah. So overlook the drama, guys. Keep going, keep pushing through, and keep creating and be you.
yeah. And like I said, as long as you're happy with it and you're having fun, the other stuff is either going to come or it's not. If somebody doesn't like my stuff or they don't want to work with me, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not going to try to get upset. At the beginning, I did. I was like, oh, what am I doing wrong? But now it's just some people are just going to have a different idea. So I would rather not force something with someone than force it and it just not be a good product. So
yeah. And I love that. It's, everyone has a different idea, like you said, and to change your mind frame of how you see it and not be so, taking it so personal and be upset by it. Just realize everyone has their own idea. And if it's meant to be and who you're meant to work with, it will happen and it will be organic and it will be probably a better product.
No, it's when everybody's having fun on set, it's so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, even runways, I've been on runways where the whole experience was not good and everyone was just upset and not having a good time. And then there's been times where the whole process has just flown by and it's just like, wow, it's over and done with. It's time to go home. So the stuff that makes you happy will definitely come. Like, if you don't try to force it, people will just gravitate towards you. So
yeah, that's so true. I love that so much. Do what makes you happy.
Yep. That's been my motto.
I love it. So what things do you have coming up for you?
I have a photo shoot with Adela coming up. We're just going to work on scheduling again. And making the new line, it's just with everything up in the air with, places opening and stuff. I haven't really set anything in concrete yet because I want to make sure that I'm safe and I don't, make my family sick, or I don't want to make somebody who's really going to be a high risk. I don't want them to get sick because then I'll feel a little guilty for that. So
yeah. And I love that you're thinking about other people, but yet you're still wanting to be creative. And Della is a mutual friend, and she's also a photographer, designer, makeup artist, hairstylist.
Yeah, she does it all.
She does it all. So shout out.
Yeah, she does everything.
Definitely. So crazy. So exciting. So I can't wait to see your new line that you're going to be working on and see all the unique stuff that you have coming up.
So yeah, I'll definitely keep posting because I usually do. I usually try to find some creative thing to occupy my time during the quarantine. So
yes, definitely. Is there anything else that you wanted to say to the viewers?
I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
and I have your information pinned, so when the live goes up, they can see you and find you.
That's good. I can always use more supporters.
Yes. We need to support each other. I love it. What is it that you want to be remembered for?
Oh man, I don't know. I guess maybe it's just what everybody does. Want to just make a difference, even if it's just a small to one person kind of thing. Just I don't know, something like that. I know it's pretty hard to say because I don't know. But yeah, I guess just try to make a difference somehow. I mean, it doesn't have to be something big. I don't need to cure cancer or anything, but if it's just helping people find what they want to do that they enjoy, or just being part of their process, if they go on to do things without me, that's great. It's just had a fun time working when we could.
Yes, I love that. And you're such a huge inspiration. You're so creative. You have such beautiful pieces of work and such fun stuff. And you are, making a difference. You are making an impact, and you are sharing your voice and your vision with others, which is so inspiring.
I try.
It has been such a pleasure and such an honor to have you here.
So yes, thank you for having me. It's been It's been too long. We need to get doing stuff more.
Yes, let's do it. And not say it. Let's actually do it.
That sounds good.
It sounds good. It's a date. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. It has been such a pleasure.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
So much love. Bye. Bye, guys.